Hello guys, and we're back today with our transfer special at the start of season number 2 at Watford. We finished 14th in the league last season. We have a huge test on the opening day of the season today against Manchester City. But before that, we're going to go for our transfers, all the new ins. There's some really good ins, and some outs. There hasn't been many outs, to be honest. I will lie to you. There hasn't been many people leaving the club. We've spent a lot of money, a lot of big new stars. Welcome in. Let's go look at these transfers. So, hello guys, welcome back to Watford for season number 2 here on the FM22 Beta. Things going very, very well. Before that though, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, give the video a big thumbs up early on, get that early thumbs up in, because there's a lot of transfers here you're going to love, I'm sure of it. And if you fancy it, leave a comment down below, let me know your thoughts on these transfers. Have we overspent? Have we bought players we probably shouldn't have bought in? Let me know down below. Thanks again so much for tuning into the episode. Let's get straight into it. So, there's a few transfers we did last season before the switch over, you know what I mean, on the 30th of June. So we'll go through the first two. Sam Johnson for 400k from West Brom. And West Brom have just got promoted, I think, from the Championship now. At this point, did they go up? They finished 12th. Oh, the season's already started. I mean, yeah, they didn't go up last season. They didn't go up after all. I was surprised, actually. I swear they finished in the playoffs. So they must have lost in the playoffs somewhere along the way. But yeah, Baggies did not make it up last season. They'd still remain in the Championship. So we went in 400k deal for Sam Johnson, which is an absolute bargain, really. Look at him now, sort of thing. 6.4 to 8 million. I mean, it's probably a bit more than that ideal, I'd think so, but it's not a bad deal for Sam Johnson to come in as our new number 1 keeper. But I will warn you, there's been another first team keeper as well. So we are keeping the key position very, very available to see who will be number 1 this season. The other one that came in prior to June 30th, Luca Pellegrini from Juventus. I mean, he's still not loving this game for a long time now. 80.25 million. Seemed too good to say no to, really. He's someone who normally develops pretty well in the game. The left back was our weakness last season as well. I mean, you saw it yourselves, guys. In terms of Danny Rose, just dropped off massively. I think he's gone out at this point. Less than £1 million he went for. Like, he's dropped off massively. He's not near the player he used to be anymore. Nowhere near England's national stage player. He's gone. Messina's okay. He's still around the team, I think, currently, but he hasn't been doing great. Like, he's not a player you can push top 10 onwards with. So, in comes Pellegrini. These were the first two done prior to the New Year starting, and by that point, we told Fletcher for 105k, Cathcart for 200, Seaman for 400, Jack Wilshere went for 3.3, go with the 4.2. So, I mean, him and Econ going over to Young Boys, really good business, to be fair, because Wilshere was a free transfer, Econ was a free transfer. So, some good profit on them boys. You can see here, Gosling went, Barton on loan, and everything else prior was done early in the year. So, let's go over to 22-23 season now, and we can see the business we have done since then. You see here, a lot of people left on free transfers. The setter came out from his loan deal, 12 million deal. He's gone now to Shakhtar. He was never even in the first team plans. He's decent, but I don't think he's on the team for us. I've got some better players in the team now, which we're going to go through in a second. And then Joshua King left for Turkey as well on a 3 million deal. He had an okay season last season, but he's very much not in the first team plans for me this season, really. So he's like, right, off you go. We'll see you later. And the other one, the big one, really, Evrezo has gone on loan now for the season. He still can't get his work permit. He's still not getting a work permit at the moment. So we thought, you know, we'll get him loaned out. Like, since we bought him for £1 million, we can cash in and make quite a lot of money from him already. But I think we give him another season. We'll get him a season out on loan now. He had last season in the youth team, not really developing as much as he could have done. So he needs first team football. So we've sent him out on loan to Spain. First team football there. This should all fire up, hopefully, within the season. And maybe some international caps so we can actually get the contract and work permit done, dusted, back to the club. Right, let's have a look if we bought them. Here comes the fun part. Ozan Tufan, who you know from last season was at the club on loan, we did activate his clause to join the club. I mean, 7.5 million. He's a fairly decent, well-rounded player. He can play so many different positions. Until last season, he played a hell of a lot of games for us. The Tufan comes in. Someone you recognise already from last season. Yeah, let's get some newbies on the go. Giuseppe Leonone, we looked at this guy as a prospect. He's in the youth team straight away. He might go out on loan. Free transfer though. For free transfer, just thinking if you can get that 1 million back for him on a free transfer, I thought, you know what, even just for £1 million, for a youngster. We can see how he develops. Send him on loan for a season or two. He doesn't like. It ain't costing us much. 3.6k a week he's on, so it isn't in the world if it doesn't really work out this one. But kind of hoping 2 years out on loan. This is why I jumped about 3-4 million. Cash back in. Very much a buy and selling mentality with some of these players. Kayan Fujimoto, the Japanese international, 2 caps for Japan. It's not bad. Out on loan now for the Olympiacos, so he's getting Champions League football as well. He did come in to be a backup camp, but you'll see from the ins and outs in a moment what has happened here. But Fujimoto will not be around the first in the season. He's gone on loan after the season. At 23, I'm hoping he can probably develop still. Like, again, free transfer, already valued over 8 million. So again, cash in, cash out. Like, just someone who can be sold off straight away. He's just an asset that we can get rid of for good money to keep building that portfolio of money up for Watford. Abachet Diop, again, another business acquisition, really. He will be a rotational player this season. He can be a starter. He might start some games, depending on him and Sissoko, really, in that role. They can both play kind of roles I'm looking to play. But yeah, free transfer, valued 9 between 12 million. So again, very much a case of if it doesn't work out, we'll cash in and make a profit. After a free transfer, you're not losing much in him. You're on a bit more higher wage, 31k a week. So, I mean, there's a bit more pressure on this one to work for us, but it will be around the first team playing football as well. So, Chet Diop comes in. I mean, again, it's just another free transfer. The main thing is getting these free transfers in, ones that we can see potential in cashing in, and they're young enough to still make money out of. We won't see anyone coming in that are massively old. So, actually, I say that this keeper is, but he's actually a first team keeper. Marco Sportalio. So, him and Sam Johnson are going to be fighting for his first team spot this season. I say like massively old. He's 30 years of age and he's still valued between 9-10 million. So, he looks very decent, Sportalio. I think him and Johnson could have a right battle this season to see who's going to be number one. They've both got really good attributes. If you compare the two players now, sort of thing, you get an idea. You see here, like, they're both really good at different things. Johnson's better at distribution in the air. Mentals are better. The shot stopping is bang on even. But then Sportilio, his physical speed and communication. So it'll be interesting this season who ends up being the main guy. I mean, right now, I can't really decide. There's not much in it. You can see here, they're both right footed, they're both 6'4". The weight is literally like so close. Everything's so close in terms of how good they are. It'll be interesting to see who's going to be number one. So there'll be a lot of rotation this season in this position. See which one of these boys gets it. I mean, so the big question will be then, what happened to Daniel Backman? He did play a lot of first team meets in the end last season. He had a decent season. Conceded 46 and 29 though. I mean, that's just far too many. I know it's Watford. It's to be expected. Only 6 clean sheets. He's an okay keeper, but in my eye, he's not the number one going forward. So whether he'll be sold or like we keep him around as third choice keeper, I don't know just yet. We are looking to maybe sell him, but we'll see what happens with Backman. But it's pretty much, he's one that can be cut loose at this point. He can be cut loose. But we can go back to our transfers now and have a look. What else has been going on so far? So, go down the list here. The next one was out of my command, really. Hooker comes in at age 35. I mean, I would not have signed a 35-year-old 45k a week. But the transfer was already written into the game prior. Like, after his loan, it was been a permanent deal. So, I mean, I don't really need him in the squad, honestly. I don't want to sign 35-year-old strikers at all. It's far from what I'm looking to do. It's not what I look to do. My team like saves at all. And the fact that like his main position was as a cam, we've had to say like, look, you're not playing cam no more. You're not fast enough. You need to be in the middle of midfield. I mean, he's very decent in midfield. He could do a job there. So whether or not we use him there or use him at all this season will be interesting to see. But Cook is in, and he's not probably going to get played. But yeah, this is when it gets interesting. These are the interesting ones. Yusef De Mia being the first one. Barcelona could not afford to keep him. They had an option, 12.5 million in his contract to buy him. They couldn't afford to do it. So we saw that and thought, hang on, if they can't afford it, we'll pay the 12.5 million and we will take Yusef De Mia off you. Thank you very much, Barcelona. If you can't keep him, we'll take the little kid, Wonder Kid. 19 years of age, Wonder Kid, yes, get him in straight away. He will be our new cam going forward. You can see here, the only thing I'm lacking is the finishing on him. If he has a lot better finishing, he'll be perfect for this role for me. Like, we do play a shadow striker, so he needs that finishing about him, really. So, if we can get this finishing up, I mean, everything else, like the workaround and stuff, like, we can work on that. But coming in for 12.5 million, I mean, look at the valuation already. It works to be an absolute bargain. Yusef De Mia comes in at Watford. So, we mentioned there's some good high quality players. and Axel Zagadou being the next one. I mean, I couldn't believe I got this one. This is a player who's played within the Champions League and should be a Champions League player. I mean, a free transfer. No one else offered him a deal. I don't understand how. I do not understand how Zagadou hasn't found another club, honestly. But coming in at 23 years of age, absolute rock in defence. Absolute monster in defence. And if anyone's seen anything within the beta, he likes to score a lot of headers as well. That jumping reach of 18 proves. So for, you know what, a free transfer, we can't not pack up this opportunity. 105k though, and a star player status. It's a lot, but I mean, it's Dan Axel Zagadou. It's going to be class for us. He's going to be absolutely class. And leading on to that, we have a new left winger. There's another reason why some of the lads like Fujimoto and stuff haven't stayed around. Holzer comes in, again, a very good deal for a free transfer. You can see, sorry, 65k we played in the end. £65,000 to get in Adam Holzer. He comes in straight away in the first team. His valuation has jumped between 18 and 26 million now. I mean, he looks very, very good. He's still got a lot of room to develop as well. Again, he's only got the good status, oddly enough. I thought he might do at this point in the game, but I mean, 5-star potential. He's got a lot of good stuff about him. Operating currently at championship level, I reckon, but I mean, I think he's good enough to play in the Premier League. He will be around the first team this season. Adam Holzer comes in. He's 17 caps at the age of 20 as well for Czech Republic. Quality signing, quality signing. Yeah, this is another weird one then. We did consider it at first, and we was like, no, we've just got a new cam in. We've got De Mia in, we don't really need him. Then we thought, hang on. CM, deep line for playmaker. We need someone else to play that role. Billy Gilmore for 14 million is an absolute steal. He had that loan at Watford. Had that loan at Norwich last season before joining Watford now for 14 million. I mean, I think it's criminals off that cheap, honestly. 21 years of age, like bags of potential still, a big valuation on his head. I mean, you see the passing, the technique, like the vision. Him as a deep line playmaker, he's going to be fishing balls through Fernandez up front all year long. I'm so excited to see how Billy Gilmore does midfield forward. I mean, we'll go through the starting 11 in a minute before the Man City game and see who's playing where, but Gilmore coming in is absolutely massive. And this last one, it's a bit of an interesting one. Ryan Churchill comes in on loan for the season. I mean, they're paying a loan fee of 5 million throughout the course of the year. They're paying 500k a month for an option of about 35 million. I mean, it needs a few seasons to develop. I mean, we did this deal and then thought afterwards, you know what? Then you're about to save. We're only going to have 1 or 2 seasons left within this save. So, probably won't get to see the most of Churchill, but I mean, if somebody can come on the bench and just like build his way into the team. I mean, if this plays this season quite a lot and this rises by quite a lot, it's probably worth activating it just to get that deal over the line for him. You see here, an option of 35 million. If we can get that option through by the end of this season, then possibly get himself more than that, maybe. But I mean, probably won't end up happening. I think this was a bit of a busted flush, really. I don't know why we did the Churchill deal. They got a bit too excited knowing how he develops in game and how good he can become. We need to realise that is someone in 4 seasons' time is a world class player, not someone second season in with Watford who want to try and get top off the table. But that is the end of our list, and that will take us now to today's game against Man City. And this is how we're going to line up for it. So then, as we mentioned prior in the intro, we do play Man City at the Etihad today. So I mean, it's a big opening fixture, and we are set now. This is the only formation we do have in at the right now. We're still messing around with some ideas for the other 2 formations, but this is how we're going to start the season. Sam Johnson does start today, isn't it? And Kakia now is our full-time right back. He has replaced Firmino as number 1 at right back. There's still a bit of a weakness there. It could be a place to still work on. We still have a bit of transfer budget and some options to sell small players. So Kakia is starting there right now. We'll see how Kakia gets on there, but besides that though, Sorrelta joins the team at centre back now. Zagadou, Pellegrini at the back. Zoko in that box-to-box midfield role with Billy Gilmore at the deep line player maker, as we mentioned prior. Malasar on that right-hand side. Yusef De Mia comes in at cam. Holzer on the left-hand side and Hernandez up front. I mean, some of the other new boys, you'll see Diop there, sit on the bench. Ryan Churchill has made the bench. Henry Randers came back from his loan spells as well. I mean, 25 looks fairly okay still. He's a very good team player for Watford. He ain't going to be like a first team at our long shot. I mean, he spent a long time out though, not being in first team football. So I said, oh, you know what? This season's your chance, mate. This season is your chance to get some first team football. We may change our minds still, like, he could go out still. He's might have a loan deals, but I mean, a little bit of money. As a player who's not really that important to the first team, he could still go. You can see here, like, it's backups right now. Spree and Dennis still there who are around the first team this season. Cat, Messina, Daniel Rose isn't being registered. He's ready to go now. Bowser's a weird one. We're not sure what we're doing yet. We have transfer listed him because honestly, we've got so many options in midfield now going forward. He could be one that could be afforded to let go. He kind of wants to leave the club as well. He didn't get enough first team football last season. He wasn't that happy. So this one could be one that goes out still. So we'll see what happens. Like next episode, we'll be after transfer window slam shut. So we'll go through there and have a look at the very last ins and outs. But this is the starting 11 for today's game against Man City. We are away from home. Opening game of the season. It's going to be an interesting one. Let's go over there right now and see how we get on against Manchester City. So here we are. Yeah, looking at this Man United team now. Man United, Manchester City team. Sanchez comes in a bit different. I mean, the rest of the team you can't really expect, didn't you? Ferland Mendy's joined them now. Pedro Porro in a right back, quite an interesting one. But you can see our team. A lot of new faces built into this team this season. So it'll be interesting to see how fast they can click together. I mean, it's a massive game to start learning against, but I mean, the likes of Arsenal, we lost near the season. Newcastle, the billionaire boys, as themselves, have we lost as well. So you never know. Big teams can lose in this division. Can Man City join that list of big teams to lose? Who knows? Sticking with their normal 4-3-3 formation, you see De Bruyne in that middle, Rodri behind them. I mean, it didn't last long. It's been 2 minutes and there's been a goal already. It did not last long. We didn't even see the build-up highlight. It just came straight into a goal here. The Sanchez, tried to find Foden, has to go himself this time. Renato Sanchez makes it 1-0 on his debut for Man City. Not the start we wanted. Not the start we wanted at all. From the back now, come Watford. Big ball forward. Holzer's lost the ball here on the left-hand side. I mean, playing them young players might show to be our weakness this game, really. It's Pellegrini. We've got the Sam Johnson. Massive ball forward from him. Straight to Ferland Mendy. Renato Sanchez. Foden. Man City looking dangerous here. I'm scared. If they get another early goal here, we could be in trouble as Nalo Silva heads home. 11 minutes in, we're 2-0 down already. The plan is completely out the window here. Man City absolutely running wild here on us already. 11 minutes in, and we look like an absolute shell of a team. They don't like the team at all that finished last season, looking strong, getting points against big teams. I mean, we beat Man City last season. We took points from Man City. And this season, we're starting off an absolute shell of that team. Not looking like we're in the game at all. 2 goals going in the opening 12 minutes. It's poor from the lads. Absolutely poor. Corner now. Star swings into the box. Zagadou is the bar. We mentioned prior about Zagadou signing. We've seen within the beta. He's prone to getting a lot of headed goals from corners. He doesn't have the best heading stats, is really enough though, but he's going to get a lot of goals. You can see here on the stats though. We're looking at getting a bit more to this game now. We've had 7 shots so far according to the that's it. Big ball cleared out now. The Porte. Finds Mendy. Fancy trying to build forward out to Rodrigo. Finds De Bruyne. Bernardo Silva. A little bit of space. Back to Rodri. De Bruyne. And Pedro Porro. And was it the bar? Very close again. But you can see here though, like, let's pause this for a moment. You can see. Possession is not so much, but I mean, we've had the same amount of targets and shots on target. We've had more shots now than Man City. So getting shots isn't being the problem. It's converting them. We need to start converting these chances. Rodrigo now. If one's Kevin De Bruyne. Don't bring him down there. Sorota brings Foden down the box. This is possibly the worst start with Astra game. I mean, we saw in the stats there, we're playing good, we're getting chances, we're just not scoring. It looks like Kevin De Bruyne steps up now. Make it 3-0. Slots it home by Sam Johnson with ease. Watford, well and truly in the mud here on the opening day of the season. I mean, Sam goes the right way. That's all you can ask, really. He goes the right way for it. But De Bruyne slots it home with ease. 3-0 Man City. Absolutely rocked here at the Etihad at half time. I mean, we're actually doing very deep. Okay, possession isn't great, but I mean, we're getting shots off. We're not scoring. We do some changes at half time. Let's try some of the instructions and try and fix this problem. Hopefully, from second half, keep it more the ball on the back of the net. So, just the one change at half time now. Miranda is coming on to make his actual first team debut for the team. A bit weird. He's been in the club so many years now, but he comes on the left hand side now. We're getting all Holzer off here. I mean, we've done that one highlight game quite easily, but he's still got to adjust. He's still quite a young lad, so for someone a bit more experienced can come on. They're bringing bloody Grealish on. De Mia now, big ball in. Sorot can't win it. De Bruyne now on the counter for Man City. I mean, we've gone quite well back in the goal here, and to say that Grealish is through on goal. He's around the keeper. Oh my god. Bruyne, Rodrigo, Sanchez now, and he slots it home to make it 4. Making us look like children. This is absolutely awful from the lads. Go shout at the boys now, like, demand more. I mean, probably just berate them, really. It's absolutely shocking. There's so much room. No one's even watching the players. I mean, that line's meant to be quite high up, and they're not playing higher up that line. Everyone's sitting back away from the players, and they'd be pressing that player, getting on them straight away, just trying to win the ball back. As De Bruyne now in a free kick, plays it short to Gabriel Jesus. Pellegrini heads it clear. Again, there's no one there, though. Everyone's sitting back. I mean, we're going to go a bit more positive here. See if that helps. Actually, we're going to attack him. We're 4-0 down. We might as well go attacking, try and do something here. As Laporte finds Ferland Mendy. I mean, no one's closing down, are they, at all? Sanchez. Let's lower back. Man City's taking the time on the ball here. They're in no rush at all here to do anything. Taking their time. Playing it with absolute ease. Bernardo Silva on the right-hand side now. Options. As he gets past his man, well in by Pellegrini. I mean, that's dangerous. Peñaranda. He's gone. So the change is made now. Down to 10 men. Down by 4 goals. This is possibly the worst start we could have asked for from this season. Nowhere near being good enough. We had loads of chances. It's just been weird. We've had a lot of chances, but we can't seem to get anything on target. Can't seem to make anything that's worthwhile doing. It's Sissoko now. Gilmore, De Mia. He's just giving the ball away as well. Maybe it's just his youth. Maybe a little bit too much youth has came in, sort of thing. With the likes of Gilmore, De Mia, Holzer, obviously Ryan Churchill, as De Bruyne makes it 5. Absolutely shocking. Maybe we should have a bit more defensive system. Maybe a 4-2-3-1. Was asking a bit too much of the guys. We see here. I mean, they're just finding so much space. No one's watching their man. So much space. Man City make it 5. So, that's the end of the game. You can see here, we just dropped for 3 cams in the end of the match. The strikers weren't doing nothing anyway. Nando's got a 6.0. He barely saw the ball. Sarr and De Mia didn't block. I mean, no one's impressed. No one has. Johnson got 5.9 on his debut. I mean, it wouldn't be so bad, but like possession, we brought the possession back second half. We're doing better possession wise. We had 4 shots on target, 10 shots in total. So it isn't like we wasn't getting chances to score goals. We just couldn't score. Maybe striker could be a position we try and improve on still. Like Hernandez is going to be our number 1 again up front again this season, but I mean, he still looks decent enough, but I think this could be the place where we're reinforced. If we really want to push on this season, Hernandez either needs to go to the bench or he leaves this window. With the last of our funds and improve and get a better striker, because you're getting 10 shots and only getting 4 on target. I don't know how many shots he actually had himself. Look a bit more into that sort of thing within the data, but I mean, we need to be doing better than that. We need to be scoring goals. You can see here, like, it just hasn't worked out, has it, for us? It has not worked out. It was not good enough for the boys in the end. So, a lot to work on before next episode. Thank you so much for watching. We absolutely bottled the opening day of the Premier League. We spent all this money. Could we go down within this season? It could still be a possibility. It could still be a possibility. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, put a massive thumbs up. Leave a comment down below on where you think we need to improve, or who to bring in to try and improve the team. Feel free to hit the subscribe button as well. Subscribe have been shooting up since the release of this series and the Wonder Kids series. So thank you so much for that. Thank you for the support as always, and we'll see you next time.